So, I almost gave up. I almost dropped it again. I was asking myself, what should I make this video about? And then it hit me. The conversation that my wife and I had a couple days ago is not unlike other conversations we have had. We tend to be really busy throughout several weeks, and then we kind of notice that we don't feel like ourselves, and we finally decide to sit down together and talk it out. And there's usually some tears involved, and we share how we really feel, and we realize that we've been fighting battles, managing stress, and we haven't been leaning into each other. She told me something that was profound in the moment. She said, it might not be fun right now, but we might think differently in 10 years. And what the conversation was in reference to was this project we have going. We purchased a house back in 2021. It was a fixer-upper. We put a tremendous amount of work into it and a lot of DIY, but it's better, and we want to rent it. But we don't know shit about being landlords, and I have been just walking the edge, I guess. Just thinking, convincing myself in my own head that it's not right for us, that we shouldn't be renting it, that it's some kind of loop just to make money. You know, all of that could be true, but it's still a dream. And my wife looks at me in tears and says that she doesn't want to give up on this. And looking at her, I realized I don't want to give up on this. But alone, I realized in my own head for the last couple weeks leading up that I had been convincing myself that it wasn't for us, and that somehow I was going to be the one to sort of bring this brilliant, sort of profound aha moment to the conversation. But she's got so much grit. It's astounding, and I'm so grateful that I get to experience this life with her, because she is not willing to back down. She's fierce, and I love her for that. And I almost dropped it. I mean, I feel like I almost was ready to call it quits. And when I look back at my life, I'm 30, like I'm still a young guy, but I've lived some years, and I grew up in a household with alcoholism, and there's this pattern where every time something gets hard, man, I ditch, I bounce, I run, I switch it up. And you know, it hasn't really worked out. Some things, it's not true for everything. Fitness, I mean, I have put a decade and a half into a bodyweight practice, more now, and I have I have my results. They are suitable to me, and it all feels normal to me. Like I'm quite obsessed with that practice. But to another everyday fella, another contractor, another farmer, another guy, another who I meet, like this just, it's like they can't even imagine how I would have gotten from what they currently know as their level of mobility, flexibility, strength to what I am doing. It's like they ask those are the questions. They ask the questions, were you born like that? Were you a gymnast? Are you some kind of weird freak? Like, no, man, I just did the same shit every day for 15 years. Okay? So it's boring. I wanted to give up many times, and I got frustrated and I walked away, and I realized that's silly. Why would I walk away? I just need to change my perspective. I need to change my input. I love this practice because it feels like I can make it whatever I want. I have this picture in my mind of how I want it to be, and the only thing that's gonna get me there is me being willing to step the 1 freaking millimeter today, the 1 millimeter. Go pull a tape measure out and look at 1 millimeter, okay? 10 in a centimeter, 100 in a, 100 centimeters in a meter, 1,000 millimeters in a meter. Look how far, I mean, they add up quick. They add up quick. So, point being, I stuck with it. And I don't know what the future of the real estate adventure looks like, but we've never been landlords before, and everyone has an opinion on this. Of course, that's what people do. They give you their thoughts without being asked. But I'm not a pessimist, I'm an optimist. I believe things will work out for the best. I am a child of Jesus, and He is my Lord and Savior, and I pray to Him every day for the right challenges to grow into the man that I need to be for my family, for the friends who need me, for the community that I can take root in and grow in. And maybe real estate's part of that adventure. You know, I'm standing in a tractor shed because I'm making cow feed right now, and I gotta run and shut off the water, but you know, every day is, when you really step back and think, this could be chores, but it's also, it's the medicine for me. It's given to me at the perfect dose, at the perfect frequency, to make me into who I need to be a good landlord, to be a good business owner, to be a good father, to be a good employee, to be a good community member, to be a good son, to be a good brother. The list goes on and on. Pause, hold on. £400 more of water. So my wife would not let us quit. She won't let us walk away. And You know, the little boy inside me just goes, I want to run away from all this hard stuff. And I've done that. I've done that before. I've run away from the hard stuff. I've started businesses, and the moment they got challenging, I ran away. I quit. So, don't quit. Don't quit. You know? Don't quit. Like, it sounds easy, but it's maybe the hardest thing as a man that you will ever do, that I will ever do, is don't quit. Don't quit. And it's just gonna keep being fed to me. All the challenges of life, all the wonderful, twisted chaos that is just the stormy beauty of life. Just gonna keep being fed to me. And if I don't quit, well, I will have lived a very adventurous, beautiful, rewarding life, right? So, don't quit, dude.